wonderful person. Oh, we got this.
Oh, we got this.
You got this. We got this.
Bum bum bim biddy bum biddy bim bim bum 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 bim biddy bum biddy bim bim bum. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, good Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thank you and welcome. Everyone, I don't know if you recognize me, but I'm John Luis Gomez, and Tova McGilvray and I will be stepping in this evening to fill in for the rabbis who have been on a much-deserved holiday break. As always, we are praying tonight from out of the Mishkan T'filah, or if you are online, you can download our virtual siddur at templesinai.org. So we will begin on page 8, and we will read together. I begin with the prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life.
God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Thank you. Now, I would like to call up the Langer family to offer the blessing and light our Shabbat candles, and the blessing can be found on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chad ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Thank
Amen.
you.
Thank you.
I'll take one too. Aw. I'm greedy like that. I want hugs too.
That's so nice to meet you. Thank you. So we will continue on to page 10. And with page 10, we will be singing Ma Yafe Hayom.
Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom.
And how wonderful it is for us all to be together in this community and to share our voices together. And now we turn to page 12 for one of my favorites, Lechone Ranana.
Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, nekad machana Todah. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai, ladonai, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai.
Thank you. So we're going to continue singing again. So please join us on page 20 for Lachadodi. And as is our custom, we sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And for the final verse, if you are able to, please rise and turn to face the back doors to welcome in our Shabbat bride, Boi Kala, Boi Kala.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad. Ishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, ushmo echad, l'shemu tiferet v'litehila. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'nirchad, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mekedem nesucha. Sok ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'oref kumiori. Uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam besimcha u'tola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela.
That was nice.
That was nice. We're like Donnie and Marie.
Oh. You all may be seated. The Chatzi Kaddish can be found on page 26.
Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabbah. V'amal divrach yivrutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yom echon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imru, amen. Yehesh me rabbah mevorach, le'olam u'lam me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, ve'yishtabach, ve'yitpoar, ve'yitromam, ve'yitnaseh, V'yitadai, v'yitaleh, v'yitalah, shemei dekudasha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'amah, v'imru, amen.
Now I will ask everyone to please rise for the Baruch on page 28.
Do you want to take this with you? We need to take it with you. Okay. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruch hu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, le'olam ha'ed. Hamevorach, Hamevorach, le'olam ha'ed.
On page 31, praise to you, Adonai our God, for whom the evening flows.
Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide and time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim.
Everlasting love, page 32. Everlasting love, you offered your people
Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, as we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Thank you. So we are loved, and we are here to love and to learn and to listen as a community. The Shema can be found on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hashem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. We will continue with the V'ahavta on page 36.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzadecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochtecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uv'tatam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha Leman tizkeruhu v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We read together on the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi Chamoka can be found on page 40, right to the next page. How surprising.
Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada da ba bim bam. Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada da ba bim bam. Yada da 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 da, yada da ba bim bam. Yada da 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 da, yada da ba bim bam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha Nedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osefele, Norah tehilot osefele. Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada da ba bim bam. Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada da ba bim bam. Yai da 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 da, yada da ba bim bam. Yai da 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 da, yada ba bim bam. Ma'alechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Zeli zeli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed.
V'ne'emar
Kifadad Adonai et Yaakov, Ugolo miat hazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, God Yisrael.
Thank you, everyone. We just got very excited right there.
Took some bim bombs from the bottom and
I
put them in
know.
the middle. It's very, very exciting.
We have crossed over the sea, whether just from a long week or perhaps something much more trying. The flight is over, and now we can slow ourselves down and prepare for rest. We read together at the bottom of page 42. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, O guardian, to a life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace,
Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
So we are kept, and in return we keep Shabbat in joy. Vishamru can be found on page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Everybody was dancing. Those of you in internet land, it was amazing. You met all the woos. It was fantastic.
Don't take specific instructions from me because I usually am sitting there and I'm just going. I love the lasso, so I'm kind of engaging after that. Okay, so we're as we.
That's all I'm doing is derailing you.
As we enter the Amidah on page 46, please stand in body or spirit as you are able to. As always, when we are done reading communally, you may continue reading until page 62 or sit whenever your meditation is complete.
Adonai sefatitah u'ufiyah tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Hasei Avot V'Imot, U'Mevii Gula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer u'Mashiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayecha Kol HaTorah L'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umarid HaKashem, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Tzomech Noflim Berofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Giburot, Umidom Melech, Melech Memid Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lecha chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, kadoshim b'chol yom l'cholu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Yahaseh Shalom, Yahaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahaseh Shalom, Yahaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahaseh Shalom, Yahaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'yimiru Amen.
We turn to the top of page 245. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God. Thank you. So at this point, Temple Sinai traditionally holds that we would have a Torah service, but tonight we're just going to speak Torah rather than bringing out our scroll. We know, however, that across the time zones, scrolls are being opened and down the hemispheres, and with those out, let us ask for healing for those in need. We are thinking tonight especially of Mary Jo Adams, Kevin Ashton, Kathy Bartlett, Tracy Bartlett, Batia Tali, Pauline Bina, Laura Cohen, Oritzur Cohen, Megan Carney Cranmer, Jem Eagle-Smith, Sandra Goodman, Martha Gould, Stephen Gould, Marlene Harris, Pam Hendricks, Sadie Kirby, Letitia Kruger, John Lutzker, Jason Matthews, Harav Miriam Yael Chaya Bat Sarah, Tim Ober, Clara Petersky, Carol Pevney, Jackson Morgan Ramirez, Michelle Ramirez, Ramirez and Morgan family, Judy Ramos, Sara Bat Chava, Harav Sara Bat Yisrael Ve Shoshana, Terry Says, Chaya Schwartz, Shaina Bracha Bat Esther Malka, Shlomi Shalit, Chris Stanton, Vanessa Wagner, Bobby Wells, Usher Zalek. Israel for peace, healing, and remembrance for all the innocent lives affected in this war, all the military and aid personnel assisting in the war in Gaza, everyone affected by the coronavirus and long COVID, and the Jewish and other communities of Ukraine. If you would like to add anyone, please say their names as my eyes meet yours. And if you are joining online, please feel free to add the names in the comments to be remembered for healing.
Bobby Goodall, Jean Barry.
Shannon McGrill.
Thank you.
And any of the injured still recovering from those New Year's attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas?
Karen Tipichik. The Misha Berek can be found on page 253.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. Our blessing for the study of Torah can be found on page 86 at the top.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Hello, everyone, again. The name of this week's Parshat, Vayigash, means "and he approached." Judah approaches Joseph to plead for the release of Benjamin, offering himself as a slave to the Egyptian ruler in Benjamin's stead. Upon witnessing his brothers' loyalty to one another, Joseph reveals his identity to them. "I am Joseph," he declared. "Is my father still alive?" The brothers are overcome by shame and remorse, but Joseph comforts them. "It was not you who sent me here," he says to him, "but God. It has all been ordained from above to save us and the entire region from famine." The brothers rush back to Canaan with the news. Jacob comes to Egypt with his sons, and is reunited with his beloved son after 22 years. On his way to Egypt, he receives the divining promise. "Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will there make of you a great nation. I will go down with you into Egypt, and I will surely bring you up again." Joseph gathers the wealth of Egypt by selling food and seed during the famine. Pharaoh gives Jacob's family the fertile land of county of Goshen to settle, and the children of Israel prosper in their Egyptian exile. This parshat teaches us the lessons of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the power of self-reflection. Joseph's decisions to reveal himself to his brothers and to forgive them for their past actions teaches that even deep wounds can be healed through compassion and forgiveness. Joseph's ability to look back on his past and understand the bigger picture allows him to use his position to help his family and not to hold grudges. I pondered how this parshat applied to me. Something in my life where I was taught the lesson of forgiveness, reconciliation, and self-reflection. Then, on the 5th night of Hanukkah, I received a phone call telling me that my father had fallen in his medical care facility. He was okay. He was just frightened. I was frightened, thinking that the call was the call. I thought that night, and I wrote. I am a product of divorced parents. I was a young boy of 10. I heard arguments, fits of rage, sorrow, apologies, and from time to time, reconcilement. Unfortunately for my parents, their attempts to continue to live a life together could not happen. They each remarried on the rebound. Heck, it was the 1970s, and divorce and remarriage was just the TV movie of the week. However, I didn't rebound. I didn't know how to. I was a 10-year-old boy. Life had to continue on. Hurt, confusion, and wonderment swirled inside of me. What if was always on my mind. I became bitter. I became bitter toward my father. He giving up, leaving, and starting a new family. I was robbed. I didn't know him like my best friends knew their own fathers. There would be no bonding. There would be no friendship, no baseball games, no take your son to work days. I resented it all. I resented him. My last name was changed to my stepfather's last name, from Ornelas, my birth name, to Gomez, which I have now. I was 12 years old, and I agreed to make that change as a 12-year-old boy. I wanted to hurt my father. His only son would never have his name again, and I didn't know if I'd ever see him again. Then there was a family death. Sorrow, tears, that all changed that. My father walked back into my life when I was 20 years old. I was in college. I was succeeding. I worked and I saved, and I never, ever had to ask him for help. I was proud, and I proved to myself that I didn't need him. I was okay. Our reconnection, it was 1 decade of lost time. It was all hurried to 1 week of reconnecting when we met again because of a tragedy. I learned that my father had divorced from his second wife. He was unhappy. She was unhappy. My reaction was no surprise. He made my mom unhappy. But my father confessed that he never stopped loving my mother. He had made a mistake. He never stopped loving his children. He never stopped loving me. He admitted he was a young man at the time of the divorce, making decisions that he didn't know what the consequences would be. He was sorry. He wished that he could turn back the clock, wished that time could revert. It was too late, he said. It was too late, I thought. I saw the sorrow in his eyes. I heard the break in his voice, and I saw the tears swell up. We are all human. I forgave. It was hard. Our relationship was amiss by 10 years. We'd never be the son and father that each of us had imagined, but I forgave and loved and realized that I still needed him and he needed me. Fast forward 37 years later. Now I see my father alone in a care facility at age 82. He can't speak. He suffered 2 strokes. He can't hear. He is now deaf. But what I do cherish is that each time I visit him, he knows who I am and he proudly mouths in a hard stutter, "This is my son." We both forgave and we both moved on with our lives, albeit much closer and with more understanding. We let go, we forgave, and we moved on, just as Joseph had done. Shabbat Shalom.
Did you feel guilty?
Pardon?
Did you feel guilty? Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. We now turn to the bottom of page 282. Let me find that. For Aleinu. I would like to call up Brian Fox to open our ark doors, and we please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kugei abrathot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kachem, v'kol aleinu kechochamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Let all
We turn to
page
page
286.
286.
Thank you. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty.
Before you, Adonai, our God, let them pay homage. Let them give glory to your honored name. Let all accept the yoke of your reign, that you may rule over us soon and forever. For sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written in your Torah, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it has been said, Adonai will become sovereign of all the earth. On that day, Adonai will become one, and God's name will be one. V'nemar v'chaya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
You all may be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Tonight, we are especially remembering Les Cohen, For Shloshim, Vivian Morgan. For Avelut, Eric Rosenberg, Jeffrey Four, Kevin Knox, Joanne Reimer, James Jim Alexander, Rivka Bat Avraham, Kurt Engelhart, Debbie Herman, Jerry Zober, Laura Lazarus, Ron Darst, Robert Stearns, Sally Ann Cassell-Rain, Irene Fenton, Patricia Duffier, Joseph Oyajon, Yolanda Jimenez, Nancy Daus, Ernie Kuntz, Michael Schifrin, Justin Friedlander, Michael McGraw, James Clower, Herbert Gordon. And for our yard sites, Jack Gordon, Anne Ramey, Sydney Scheinman, Arlene Gingold, Lauren Seufer Sokol, Max Weinberg, Malka Badenis, Sydney Barber, Sydney Davis, Marshall Koch, Anna A. Marsh, Della O'Mell, Louis O'Mell, Henry Matthew Rolnick, Joshua Adam Rolnick, Tess Weinstock Rolnick, Andy Getz, Norma Morar, Lily E. Zibulski, Naomi Nikki Stein, Hyman Leventhal, Sydney Mann, Ray Rich, Ruth Alderman, John McGregor, Dorothy Reich. If there are names that you would like to add, please say them as my eyes meet yours. And if you are online, please feel free to share those names in the comments.
Monica McDermott.
And the victims of the New Year's attacks who we lost.
Miriam Adler. Kaddish can be found on the next page on 294. And if it is your custom, please rise.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. V'yama divra chivrute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach. Le'amal u'mei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shmei dekudasha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran v'yamal v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen.
Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. Are you doing the announcements?
I will do announcements.
Okay.
I'm here.
I don't have
I'm
to
a
call
board
anybody from the
member.
audience.
Yeah.
Yes, our board member, President Tova McGilvray.
Thank you so much, John Luis Gomez. This is his first time leading services. Isn't he a total pro?
Thank you. You're all patient. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Michael Gordon and Tommy for running our live stream tonight. Thank you to Beth Kaminsky, who is in the kitchen helping us out, set up our Oneg, which is sponsored by our Oneg Challenge donor. And thank you so much to Aaron Hill for greeting this evening and for all of you for braving the weather to be here. If you'd be interested in learning how to help out with any of these elements that go into putting on a service, whether it's hosting an Oneg or learning to run our live stream, learning to chant Torah or lead a service, please let us know. We would love to get you into that pipeline and lots of runway before we throw you into it. We are having an Oneg in the social hall this evening. So for some of you, if this is your first time at Temple Sinai, you'll just follow the herd of us down the hall and to the L, and we'll have a little nosh and actually get to meet each other. Those joining online, we will set up the Yisma Zoom. Okay. And so we'll get to say our weekly hellos, which we've all cherished so much. This Saturday, January 4th, Torah study at 10 a.m. Our virtual Torah study is back on. It's been on a little bit of a winter break. So at it again. Sunday, January 5th is our last day of winter break for Sinai School. So still a break for Sinai School. If you are in the Purim Spiel, and if you want to be in the Purim Spiel, we're having a rehearsal at 3 p.m. And if you, I'm being entirely serious, if you have that musical theater itch that you want to scratch, just show up and we'll find a spot for you in the Spiel. Wednesday, January 8th, we will be having by Zoom our temple board meeting. All members are welcome to attend. On Thursday, January 9th at 12 p.m. will be a celebration of life for Les Cohen. That'll be here in the sanctuary with a reception to follow in the social hall. Friday, January 10th will be our next Tot Shabbat service. These are usually the first Friday of every month, but with Hanukkah, we just had one like last week, so we're doing it Friday the 10th. So if you have a little with a short attention span, it's a perfect service for that. And then for those of us with like slightly longer attention spans, our Friday night service will follow at 7:30. Just a couple things that I want to point out coming up, jumping over some of the recurring ones. Sinai School will start again on Sunday, January 12th. At 1 p.m. that day, we'll be having interfaith table talks with Nathan Bakken. So this is the Interfaith Association comes together, and it's a lovely group of people who've grown really friendly. At 1 p.m., still Sunday the 12th, we will have our Novel Noshers Book Club. This time it is the graphic novel, Whitebird, thank you, yes. And then Purim Spiel rehearsal. On Tuesday, January 14th, will be a movie night in the Temple Sinai Library. And just looking ahead, if there's anything I would feel terrible if I missed. Then your kind of usual thing. So I won't bog you down with too many things, but I will say, please, I'll get you a second, Mara. Thank you. Our library committee is got a jam-packed program coming up for this year. So it's more than I can even want to say here, but just look for flyers, look in the announcement, the newsletters. They are really committed to just having events where people can get together and share in Jewish joy. So Mara, did you have something you'd like to do? Would you like to come up? Because this is where the microphone is. We're bringing up Mara Langer from Jewish Nevada to share an announcement.
Thank you. So I am Mara Langer, the Director of Jewish Engagement here in Northern Nevada, and I want to say I'm also a congregant, so I do hold many different titles and roles, but I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a Happy New Year, and I want to encourage you all to attend our annual meeting. Northern Nevada is on the map, friends. We are having our Jewish Nevada annual meeting here in Northern Nevada. Can I get a round of applause for that? Only 4 years later, here we are. So it's going to be at the National Automobile Museum on Tuesday, January 21st, starting at 6 o'clock. Mimi Kravitz is our keynote speaker, who is a really dynamic and amazing woman in herself, but she's done some community study work around the Jewish surge after 10/7. And so it should be a fascinating conversation with her. And we are giving out our awards for that year, for 2004 also. And we have our own homegrown Greg Rosenberg, who is being awarded the Young Leader Award. So then some people from Las Vegas are being awarded as well. And all the Jewish professionals, you guys count as Jewish professionals, all you volunteers, all us professionals, we're all being recognized for the hard work that we've put into this past year. So please, I encourage you all to attend. You can go online to jewishnevada.org/annual meeting and register. And I hope to see all your beautiful faces there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mara.
Thank you. Oh, so much wonderful things going on. Thank you, Todah.
Yeah.
We are going to close on page 321 with Adon Olam.
I blew right past it. Adon Olam Asher Malach V'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'ein Nasa V'chefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei Kichlot HaKol Levado yimloch nora, vehu haya, vehu hove, vehu yeh betifara, vehu echad ve'en sheni. Laham shilo lachbira, bili reshit, bili tachlit, velo haoz v'hamizra, v'hu eli, v'chai goali, v'tzur chevli b'yetzara, v'hu nisi umanosli, Menat kosi beyom ekra, biyado afgid ruchi, b'eti shan miyahira, b'gim ruchi gaviyati, Adonai li v'lohira.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you. And please feel free to join us after and in the